what you're doing right now and download the G Wood Live app. It's absolutely free. There's no cost. I'll say it again. It's absolutely free. It's your way to stay connected and stay involved in the community. Download the G Wood Live app on your Apple or your Google Play. Stay connected, stay positive, stay involved. Download the G Wood Live app today.
We dare you to head on over to the Greenville Mall to Cut Devo. Book an appointment or walk in. At Cut Devo, priority cuts are available. At Cut Devo, come looking one way, leave looking another. You need a fresh lineup or taper? Let Cut Devo do the job. Don't sit around second guessing, wondering who can get the job done. Call Cut Devo today. 573-937-1423. That's Don't walk, you better run to the ballot box. Tuesday, October 14th. City of Indianola, Robert Campbell needs your prayers and your support. Ward 2, you know what to do. If it's change you want, vote Robert Campbell in the ballot box. Let your voice be heard through your vote on Tuesday, October 14th. For Robert Campbell, for the City of Indianola, Ward 2, because every voice matters, every decision counts. When aches and pains hit you in some of the most stressful areas, consider a massage. At Lux Haven Oasis in Greenville, Mississippi, treat yourself or someone you love to a luxury massage spa. At Lux Haven Oasis, there are benefits to massage therapy. For instance, it reduces stress and tension, calms the nervous system, relieves muscle cramps, and much more. Lux Haven Oasis, where healing meets luxury. Book your appointment today.
And wake up, wake yourself up, baby. Let's get to talking just briefly. Got an announcement. Look, Indianola has mayoral election coming up Tuesday, October the 14th, and there will be a mayoral forum. They're not calling it a debate, but that information is on the Mike Magazine social media Facebook page, okay? Let me get here. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I won't be before you long because I have a meeting. But I want to let you know that across the state of Mississippi, this Charlie Kirk thing has hit home like never before. Why do you say that, Angie? Because we're getting people who have voiced their concerns or operated therein saying that, hey, I have an opinion and I am going to express my opinion like I've been doing prior to Charlie Kirk passing away. Nobody said anything to me up until this point, right? So why now? Well, I guess it just depends on who you ask, right? Because when you gauge the temperature of the nation, we're seeing that a lot of people have become restless. Anxiety is at an all-time high. A lot of people didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. Honestly, I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was, right? I looked up the other day and saw that I'd shared a post from Clay Edwards last year. And I looked through my memories and I said, Charlie Kirk. I shared it because he had come down on the Ghost of Mississippi really bad, Shad White. And I was like, okay, but I still didn't know who he was, but I just shared it off of Clay Edwards' platform to make my people aware of what was going on. But anyway, we do know that we had somebody who was fired in the state of Mississippi. I mean, and even locally, we've had someone to come up against a lot of adversity because of a post that was made. And it was brought to the Mike Magazine's attention, right? And so, and again, it goes back to, what does the policy say? First of all, is this a type of job where you can just get rid of somebody and not even think twice about it? If you file a grievance, who do you file this grievance to? Who's going to hear you out? Who do you appeal to if that does not work? Right? But I was listening to the Clay Edwards show the other day, and I understand that he was interviewing the commissioner, Sean Tyndall. And seemingly now, people across this nation are allowing room for employers to have to make a decision. But I will have you know that there are going to be a lot of lawsuits that follow because, you know, you got people working on these jobs forever. We're talking about a lot of different people being fired, and they're talking about it over a social media post. If you know anything about Charlie Kirk voiced his concerns. Now, there's been a lot of pushback from Candace Owens, who alleges that she's a good friend with Charlie and Erica. Take a listen.
I will again put it out there, Seth, Bill Ackman, and to the other individuals who I have not yet named, but who are going to be named later this week, who were at the Hamptons when Charlie was put under pressure, when Bibi Netanyahu called him and invited him to Israel, again, in a move that when it happened to me, and it wasn't Bibi Netanyahu, felt to me like a laced threat. I am inviting you guys, I will give you my platform, actually, to come clear matters up, to tell us what really happened. Because, you know, I think Charlie was definitely on the brink of changing some of his perspectives. And I can tell you factually, Charlie was praying the rosary. Charlie was going to mass. One of my last conversations with Charlie was me joking with him saying, just make the last step, okay? You are, I said specifically, you're too smart to be a Protestant. Just take the last step, Charlie. He says, ha ha. He was speaking about Mary. And typically when those steps start taking place, you stop referring to yourself, as I did, as a Judeo-Christian. Again, it is mystifying why, you know, Bibi was out there doing the absolute most to make sure that Charlie was basically remembered as, I would argue, like a Jew, has not been yet mentioned. I didn't hear that. Erica was very clear that Charlie was a Christian, and I believe Charlie obviously was very much a Christian, and that things are not being told truthfully. In fact, I will also call upon, since we're having fun, Turning Point USA to release the audio of what Charlie Kirk, because I was in communication with Charlie at this time, because I knew exactly which donors were pressuring him and why, exactly which people that they were insisting Charlie allowed to speak at his event and why, when Charlie did not necessarily want those people to speak at his event, okay? I'm calling upon Turning Point to release the footage of what Charlie said to Tucker Carlson before he hit the stage, before, you know, all of that craziness and the response to Tucker Carlson's remarks played out. Charlie was mic'd. Surely Tucker Carlson was mic'd. I know.
Baby, wake up, wake up, wake up. This Charlie Kirk thing is unfolding, and Candace Owens, Candace is saying that she's good. She was good friends with Charlie. And when Charlie Kirk passed away, that was devastating to her. And so she's calling on the powers that be. Don't y'all got to go watch that whole thing. That was just a snippet from Candace's YouTube channel. Y'all got to go and watch. But I don't know that Charlie Kirk would want people being fired because of their opinion. Angela Buckney here, the voice behind the mic. Listen, it's just something to think about. Why are people being fired? Especially if there are, what do you say? Conspiracy theorists is what some people would consider her to be, even though she's alleging that she's good friends with them. And you can see them in this video singing R. Kelly. He's sitting in the back seat. She's in the front. Seemingly she's driving. Well, anyways, they were just having a good time singing R. Kelly. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but hey, pretty girl, feeling you. The video is out there. So Candace, if you know anything about Candace Owens, she will double down, and she's like telling people over her dead body. And the last thing she said on the clip that I snipped is, and I'm quite sure you can arrange that, she is willing to die for Charlie Kirk's message, the full message to come out, because she's saying, hey, he was mic'd up. Charlie was mic'd up. You know, why are we firing people? Now, I know that, I get it. You don't rejoice when somebody passes away, especially in a way that Charlie died. In my opinion, over here at the Mike magazine, I've already made it clear. Charlie Kirk had the right to voice his own opinion. I mean, and I tell my children, have an opinion, at least have one. At least have one. Don't walk around here stupid, don't have an opinion. Do I think Charlie Kirk would want people fired because of an opinion? Personally, I don't think he would want people to be fired. Okay, but the people who are left behind to mourn Charlie Kirk are feeling some type of way. And his assassination is what some people are referring to it as, and others are saying, no, he wasn't assassinated, he died. So we're not going to play words, this wordplay thing. He was murdered, and it was very horrible the way he died. And do I think people should be laughing and clapping? No, I do not. He was somebody's son, and we don't even know his parents. Nobody's talking about Charlie Kirk's parents. I am waiting to see, where are his parents? Where are his sisters? Did he have any? Nobody's talking about them. It's almost as if they just snatched him away and took him up and made him to be some great person. Where are his parents? It kind of reminds me of Kobe Bryant, right? We knew who Kobe's parents were, but when Kobe passed away, so much happened, right? And I think since then his dad has passed away. But we need to know, where did Charlie come from? Who are his people? Because surely we know more than the Republican Party loved him. We know somebody else loved Charlie other than Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. Anyway, listen, just something to think about. Mike Checks in the Morning with Angela Buckner. Y'all just keep that tea piping hot. Keep sending it to me. Look, we're looking to discuss, why are people in Mississippi? Why? Why are people in Mississippi losing their jobs? And is this something that Charlie Kirk would really want? Well, he want people fired because of that. I think it's the people who are left behind to mourn him are making these provisions and tracking down people and making certain that they make these people's life a living hell. But I'm hoping these people have their day in court.
The Mike Magazine. Facebook is okay. However, YouTube is way better. Go follow my mom on YouTube.
That's right.
Like, subscribe, get notified. Timothy Buckner here, a voice behind the mic.
And remember, if you need a professional commercial, let me know. Angela Buckner here, the voice behind